We had a wonderful couple of weeks on board a beautiful ship out in the middle of the ocean, Australia and New Zealand. And the conversation of that workshop gathering very quickly came around to the subject of deconstructing of thought. Now, we think that's interesting because the only reason that so much deconstruction was necessary is because there's so much bogus construction that had already taken place. In other words, you don't have to deconstruct something. You don't have to haul stuff away from the job site if you haven't hauled it there to begin with. But most of you, this is not your first day on the planet. And it's not your first day of conversation or thinking. And it certainly is not your first day of attraction. Tomorrow, however, is going to be pretty much like today, because you have patterns of thought that, even though we are going to brilliantly explain all of this here to you today, and in most cases you're going to brilliantly understand it because we're going to weave a web of understanding here. There's going to be a vibrational connection where you are going to get what we say. You already are. But you're not going to change your thought patterns instantaneously. You didn't develop your pattern of thought immediately, and you're not going to change your pattern of thought immediately. And there are many things that you think that you don't want to change anyway. But what we want to draw your attention to, especially as we are beginning here this morning, we want to remind you that you are the creator of your experience, and you do so through the patterns of your thought, by the things that you give your attention to. And when you catch yourself in conversation about things that you clearly know you do not mean to be bringing to the job site, that's a time for you to stop and laugh and say, what am I doing here? I'm setting myself up for the necessity of a bunch of deconstruction of thought, all of which is going to take a lot of time. Why construct something that later I'm only going to want to deconstruct? Why not start today building it the way I want to build it? And what we want you to understand is that you have within you immediate guidance. You have access to it right now that will feed back to you in the form of emotion what things you're bringing to the job site that you want to keep and what things that you aren't, so that you could stop it in the moment if you're sensitive to the way that you feel. And it won't take very many days of deliberately thinking thoughts in the direction of what you're wanting before you begin to tune yourself to a new vibrational frequency. But here's the thing that makes that tricky for you. You mean well, you're trying hard, but this is what makes that a difficult thing. Your awareness of what surrounds you in all of its manifested beauty and magnificence and diversity, your attention to all of those things activates them. There are two ways that you can look at creating. You can realize that there's a lot to choose from, and there are so many who are vying for your attention to choose. When you turn on the television, if you do, because it comes at you so heavily and so fast and with such intensity, all of these things you activate and bring to your job site whether you mean to or not. So the point that we're making, not just with television, not with any particular facet of your life experience, but there are two ways of looking at it. You can approach it from there's already a lot of stuff manifested, and I think I will look around at the manifested stuff, the manifested lives, the different relationships, the different methods of parenting, the different kinds of relationships, the different kinds of interpersonal relationships. Should you marry the people that you live with? Should you not marry the people that you live with? Should you spend a lot of time with a lot of different people? Should you spend time just with one person? Should you work if you are a mother? Should you stay at home if you are a mother? In other words, there are so many opinions. Should you join the services? Should you fight for your country? Should you fight for another country? Should you let people come across the border and work with you? In simple words, these are the words we would like you to leave here remembering. Your vortex will train your vibration. Your vortex will tune you. Now, here's the difference between what we were talking about in the beginning with everything that you could possibly think about, all the different subjects, all the different vantage points from all the different subjects. When you think about all the possible things that you could think about, and you have the assignment of sorting that out, or you think about the squeaking cart in the room behind us. Well, you were. The squeaking cart in the room behind us distracted you from your bankruptcy. It did. In other words, you are easily distracted, friends. Why not deliberately distract yourself with something that will tune your vibrational frequency into sync with everything that you've put into your vortex before you were born and ever since? In other words, we're really on to something here, because you cannot sort that closet out. You can't do it. Nail it shut. You cannot figure out all of the reasons that all of the people are doing all of the things that they are doing. You can't even get together in some sort of consensus about what the right way of life really is. And you know why you can't do that? Because that was never your intention to begin with, any more than it was your intention to come forth as a people on this planet and decide what one food ingredient you would all agree would be the only thing you would ever eat. You come as diverse intenders, with diverse intentions and beliefs and ingredients and components. And you have, even though most of you don't realize it, you have created the most magnificent vibrational version of a life experience in your vortex that could ever be imagined even by the greatest imaginers of all. In other words, what's in your vortex is supreme. It is beautiful. And it will delight you with every little piece of it that you allow yourself to participate in. We're just saying, these are Esther's new words to Jerry. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He laughs every time she says it, and he says, I know you're saying. I know you're saying it. I hear you saying it. We're just saying that it's in your vortex and that you have easier access to it than you know. And that if you will, set aside 30 at the most, 15 minutes a day, where you actually sit with the intent of breathing for the enjoyment of breathing, that you will allow your vortex to train your vibration upward in the vicinity of the fullness of what is there. And what you will begin to discover is an uneasy edge disappears from your life experience. What you'll really begin to notice is that things that don't feel all that significant to you will begin lining up for you all the time. In other words, those things that you're not consistently beating the drum of begin to clean up even on the first day. You begin to have better timing. Parking places open up for you. Your timing is right. Esther is marveling at how she can come back from a long trip with bags and bags and bags of things that they've gathered up along the way from other people and from shops and so forth. And with all of this stuff that's been packed and repacked, first it was packed to get onto the cruise ship, and then it was repacked to get off of the cruise ship, and then it was packed especially for the lighter carry-on bags, and then it was packed. In other words, it had been packed and repacked. Everything had been moved around for different weights and balances. And when they got back, Jerry said, do you know where such and such is? And Esther said, I'll get it. And she went to a bag and came out with it. Jerry said, how did you do that? Esther said, I have no idea. Again and again and again. In other words, your broader mind, what's in your vortex, who you really are, knows everything you are and everything you want and where everything is in proximity to everything you want, and knows the very most direct, efficient, and fun route to lead you to it. In other words, that information is available to you. You have no idea of what's going on your behalf until you begin to access it by allowing your natural patterns of vibration to raise and by allowing the vortex to show you its ability to surprise and delight and please and satisfy and fulfill you on every single subject that you have considered, no matter how long or how short, no matter how major or minor, since the day that you stepped foot into this physical body and before. Good sales job, don't you think? We're eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you, but you already have discovered the theme of this gathering. The theme of this gathering is to deconstruct any vibrational ties to any thoughts that are leading you into the construction of something that you do not want. We are not going to be, not for a moment, encouragers of continuing the construction of unwanted things. It just doesn't make any sense. Why would you build a great big ugly building filled with all kinds of things that aren't relevant to your experience, only to then take a bulldozer in and knock it down later in order to clear the space in order to create what you are wanting? You don't have to do that. In other words, you can start right now in the deliberate constructing of what you are wanting. So here's the point that we're making. As you look at all of this information that you believe you should consider and sort through and form opinions about, that's one way of going about it. Just lay it all out there, sort it all out, separate it into piles, get spokesmen to represent the piles, and then as a people of this planet, make your conclusions about the rightness and wrongness of life by sorting out all of those details. And we say, if we were standing in your physical shoes, our mantra would be, kill me now. Because there's too much to sort, and most of it has very little to do with who you are or where you are or what you want, but it is causing you to bring a lot of unnecessary materials to your job site. It's causing you to think about so many things and in the process activate so much vibration that without you even knowing it is precluding you, is separating you from, is preventing you from being the vibrational match to the things that you already know that you want. So that's one way of going about life. Look at everything that's out there, sort it all out in terms of what's right or wrong from your point of view, gather together in groups and really debate the issues, especially politically, please, especially politically. Debate those issues and see if you can figure out anything that any of them are saying. And see if you can figure out if any of them mean what they are saying or even believe what they are saying. In other words, it isn't just that there are materials that you could choose from. There are opinions on opinions on opinions on opinions on opinions, and how you ever sort all of that out. So there's that way of going about it. Or, through all that you've been living, you have been putting your rockets of desire into your vortex, and your inner being stands as the culmination of everything that you have synthesized from this life experience and before that you are and that you want. In other words, you can think your way into the creation of your life, or you can tune yourself vibrationally and let the powerful laws of the universe bring to you the precise ingredients that you have selected through a lot of experience over a lot of time to your job site. Can you feel the difference? In other words, when you allow yourself to release the resistance that is rampant in your vibration, you release your connectivity to so much of the glut of unnecessary, irrelevant, and unwanted materials coming to your job site. You don't have to work as hard as you've been working. Life should not be as difficult as the majority of humans upon the planet are making it. And we're here to tell you that the reason you are making it difficult is because you're going about it in a backwards way. You're saying, let's take everything that exists and let's consider it and form an opinion on it. And you get bogged down right in the middle of that. Jerry and Esther have teased one another incessantly over the years at what it's like on the day that they decide they're going to sort something. Let's sort out this room where we have been depositing things that we haven't wanted to deal with for a very long time. Esther made a little note and put it on the door that said, don't go in here. This room can hurt you. Because there's some of everything in that room. So it's been a funny thing to watch them make an effort to sort that room, because they go in with the intention of eliminating this from the room. We're going to throw it away, we're going to file it, or we're going to keep it. And we're going to do that in a very short order of time. And before they know it, they're